Alright guys, here's a video on how to do the Celebrity Clone Stamp assignment. This is going to require knowledge of the clone stamp and of the layers palette. Let's get started. What we want to do is clone Jackson here with a celebrity and try to find somebody that would be something that would be a good matchup for him. So let's go to Google and see what we can find. Alright, so I got Google open. Let's go ahead and just do a quick search here for everybody's favorite celebrity. I don't even know how to spell this guy's last name. Looks like it's I-E, Justin Bieber. And we're going to click right here on images. And then before we do anything, we want to come over here to search tools, click on size, and change this to large. Now let's go back and look at this photo of Jackson real quick. You'll notice that he's looking pretty much straight into the camera. We can see both sides of his face about the same. He's maybe turned a tiny bit this way. So we want to make sure we can find a photo of Justin that's going to look about the same. So let's browse through here, and this one might work. This probably wouldn't work. He's turned a little too much. This is too much turn. We're also looking at skin tone. We want to try to match up somewhat the skin tones. Let's go back again and look at Jackson. The skin tone here is a little bit darker than it looks like Justin is coming up most of the time. So we want to kind of keep our eyes open for that. See if we can't match up the skin tones a little bit. I think we're going to just go ahead and go with this one. Let's click on that. And the easiest way to download that is to just come over right here and click on View Image. And then right click on that bad boy and choose Save Image As. This box will pop up asking where you want to save it. Let's go to O Drive, Photo Share, Johnson, your period, and then find your name. So I'm in period 1, Johnson, comma, Mr. And I'm just going to go ahead and save this in here. Just leave the name, it's fine. Bieber is good. Let's jump back into Photoshop. And let's go to File, Open. And let's find that picture of Justin that I just downloaded. That again is in O Drive, Photo Share, Johnson, period. Find your folder. Johnson, comma, Mr. Get in there. And where's that picture of the Biebs? There he is. Open that up. Now we've got this open in tabs. We want to be able to see both photos at the same time. So let's come up here to the top of your screen and just click on this tab and pull it out like this. Then click on this other tab and pull it out like that. And there you go. Now we've got them side by side. The problem is if we go ahead and start cloning, is this photo has a lot fewer pixels in it than the photo of Jackson does. If I zoom in, you can see each in one of these individual blocks is a pixel. And because the photo of Jackson has more pixels in it, it's physically a bigger photo. I know they look the same size here on the screen, but trust me, this is much bigger. So if I start cloning right now, you'll see that I'm going to come over here and those eyes are going to clone really small. You see that? Because this photo is a lot smaller than this one. So here's how we solve that problem. We click on this photo right here, and then we go to Image, Image Size, and we notice the width right here is 970. So that's okay. We just need to remember that number. Go ahead and press OK. Then let's click on the photo of Jackson over here and go to Image, Image Size. And let's change the width to be the same number. And that will make the photos roughly the same size. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll get us close. Press OK. See how much smaller this one got? Let's go ahead and make this bigger and we can zoom back in. All right, now we're ready to start doing some cloning. So let's come back to the Bieber here. Get a nice sample point right on that eyeball. We're going to start with the left eye. Come back to Jackson. Now before we start sampling, we want to make a new layer. So let's go to our layers palette. And remember, if you can't see the layers palette, you can always come up to the top of your screen and go to Window and make sure layers is checked, or you can just press the F7 key. Layers palette, we're going to add a new layer. Well, we need to want to rename this layer to left eye because we're going to be putting everything on its own layer. So I'm going to double click right here on the words. Make sure you double click right on the name of the layer. Let's call it left eye. And there we go. So I'm going to come over here now and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Try to line up the eyeball as good as we can. And boom, there we go. It's not bad. Again, the skin tone's not a perfect match, but it's pretty close. I'm going to make a new layer again. Come down here to the bottom of my layers palette. Let's double click right on the words and rename this one to right eye. Sample right on that eyeball. Come over here. we go. We're getting somewhere. Let's make another new layer. Double click on it. Call it lips. Come in here. Click right in the middle of the mouth. Come over here to our photo of Jackson. Let's try to line this up. Maybe right about there. Let's try that. Oh my goodness. This is not looking very good. And last but not least, I'll make one more new layer, and let's call it nose. Come in here, sample right on the tip of the nose. Come back over here. There you go. That looks very, very strange. Now, because we have everything on its own layer now, if I decide that my lips, they're not quite in the right spot, all I need to do is grab my move tool up here in the top left-hand corner. Then make sure this box right here is checked, and then it says auto select layer, not group, but layer. And I can come in here and I can just move the nose around, or the lips, move them around, get them in a little bit better spot. I could do the eyes. I could also make things bigger or smaller. I could click on the lips, and I could press Control T on the keyboard, and this box is going to pop up. And remember, whenever we do Control T, we always hold down Shift and drag from the corners. We never drag from here, because then we end up getting stretched out photos like that. We don't want that. So we always hold down Shift on our keyboard and drag from the corners, and that keeps the photo from getting stretched out. So I'm going to make his mouth a little bit bigger. Then just click inside the box and move it over. And there you go. That looks pretty fantastic right there. Let's make the eyes a little bit bigger. So I'll just click on the eyeball, Control T, hold down Shift, drag from the corner, and kind of move it. If you can't, using the move tool, get it to go right where you want, try using the arrow keys on your keyboard. So I'm going to let go of the move tool, but now I'm pushing up on my keyboard to kind of push that into place. Go ahead and press Enter. Come over and click on the other one, Control T, hold down Shift, drag from the corner. I'm letting go of Shift now to move it, and then I'm going to use the arrow keys to kind of drop it right where I want it. And there you go. I'm pretty much done. If I wanted to do the hair, you're certainly welcome to give it a shot. Just remember to make a new layer. Double click right on the words and call it hair, and go ahead and throw that on there. See how it works. When it's done, go ahead and go to File, Save As. Browse to our Periods Grading folder. And you're going to put this in, put this in a folder called CloneStamp Celebrity. Go ahead and save it in there, and let's make sure we change the file name, our file name to your last name, comma, first name, and let's leave the format as a Photoshop file, and then go ahead and hit save, and you're done.